Welcome to the Michigan Golfer Show. Join us each week as we explore the people, the places, and the events that shape our great game.
This is there was an exhibition played at the Cadillac Country Club in about 1947. Byron Nelson, Ron LaParle, Marv Stahl, Chick Harbert. And that was quite a thrill for the community. And Ron LaParle shot 63 that day and beat all of them. And I think that was the course record for quite some time. Then I decided I wasn't going to be a professional at a club anymore when we left Cadillac, and they had a retirement for us, and they made Karen and I honorary lifetime members of the Cadillac Country Club, which was quite a nice thing. We really appreciated. There's an aerial. It's kind of hard to see, but there's an aerial. This is Lake Mitchell here of Cadillac Country Club, and that was kind of from the archives that somewhere along the way was passed along to me. And there's some things like our logo. There's a letter from Ron LaParle over here where we had a Ron LaParle Day. We were celebrating the fact that he was at Cadillac in the 40s, and while I was there, we had a Ron LaParle Day, and we had him play with a foursome of players who were members when he was the pro there. And he was very thankful for that, and it meant a lot to him that he'd come back to Cadillac Country Club and they would remember that he was there. And then he played in the 100th anniversary of the Cadillac Country Club with my wife and my son Bob and Henry Doe, and that was a big thrill for me to have them play. Now, I won the Northern Chapter PGA Championship at Cadillac Country Club. That would have been the first time we ever held such an event, and it was just fortunate for me that I won that, and that was, at the time, the biggest thrill of my career, and that was a noteworthy thing that happened at Cadillac. Was my dad's, and it was a share of stock from I don't know how far back, but it was a long time ago at Cadillac Country Club. Sounds like it must be valuable because it had some number on there that was seemed like a lot, but anyway, that's just something I had in my dad's old things. These are scrapbooks. This would have been Karen and I at that time. That would have been a good example of where now. These ones aren't. That isn't so noteworthy. We were starting to get involved with Carol Potter and promoting Cadillac as a golf destination. So there was an article about that. And then I marked some of these, and there was a reason. This one here, we had a thing called the Briefcase Open, and I would actually use a shotgun when we do shotgun starts. So they took a picture of that in the paper, but that was at Cadillac Country Club. All the shotgun starts were done with a shotgun. This is a picture. Doug Bell was my assistant at this time. We were hosting a thing called the Bel Air Shootout that was during the Northern Chapter PGA Championship, and Doug would have been a big part of anything that we had at our club because he was such a valued assistant. Now there's a picture of Ron LaParle and I, and he was, a former pro at Cadillac Country Club, and he was he's a member of the Michigan PGA Hall of Fame, and he and I were inducted at the same time. But Ron was such an important person in my life, and our fact that we were both at Cadillac was something that we always held in. Let's see. I set the course record at Cadillac Country Club. I shot a 61. I can remember August 13th, 1987. And that was a thrill at the time. But it still stands today. This was a group at Cadillac Country Club. We won the state championship, just members at Cadillac Country Club. So that would have been a big thrill for anybody at the club if we're talking about Cadillac, the American Cancer. And then we went to the national championship. Ferris State PGA Emmer gains a scholarship. That's Doug Bell when he was in college. So anything that was about one of our staff, I would always keep it in my scrapbook. Oh, we had a team at Cadillac Country Club finished 10th in the National Oldsmobile Scramble, so we got to play the last round, and that was a big thrill to all those guys. They were, and then, see, there's a reason.
Let me get this.
Oh, sorry.
Say.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. While I was at Cadillac Country Club, I was a young professional, and I got the I forgot to bring it in there. I was golf professional of the year in the Michigan PGA. I was about 35 years old, and I would think, boy, how could that ever happen to a guy from a little tiny club like Cadillac Country Club? But that was kind of a noteworthy to both our club and to me. We're not like and then I won the Northern Chapter Championship at Cadillac Country Club, and that was a thrill for our club and for me. They always kind of shared things with me, and I shared it with them. You know, we hosted the Northern Chapter Championship, and it was such a big thrill for the club. They had 90 volunteer positions on a little tournament like that. That's how our club would get behind something like that. That was, so it was really, you know, we try harder. That's the way we thought of it. So anyway, I don't know if any of that stuff's interesting.
Oh, those are all cool.
But